Is the Pennyrile Channel, WKYT Hopkinsville.
You're watching 27 News First at 6.
Home sweet home, Coach Calipari looks to settle down in Lexington. We'll show you which property he's eyeing.
A car goes crashing into a Central Kentucky nail salon. Police say the driver's choice of footwear could be to blame.
The Pulaski County woman who found her niece and nephew locked in a bedroom while their mother allegedly went shopping for meth-making materials is speaking out, saying her sister needs to be taught a lesson. 27 News First at 6 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for watching tonight. She's accused of going shopping for meth ingredients after using a dog chain to keep her children locked up at home.
Mara Wallen is charged with criminal abuse in Pulaski County. Today, Wallen's sister, who found the children home alone, is speaking out. As Phil Pendleton reports, she says her sister needs help, even if that means spending more time behind bars. It's our top story at 6.
Danielle Wallen says she and her fiance found her niece and nephew locked up in a bedroom in this Burnside home.
In the news, they said that the neighbors heard me screaming. Yeah, probably. I was really irate.
Wallen says her sister and her boyfriend had used a dog chain to lock the door. She doesn't know how long the 2- and 3-year-olds were left home alone.
We waited there for 45 minutes. I was wanting to catch her when she came home. It wasn't going to be pretty. But she never showed up.
Police were called, and then the 19-year-old mother and her boyfriend, Calvin Corrigal, were arrested.
It really aggravates me because I'm 10 minutes away. She could have just said, Danielle, would you please watch my kids? I've got some stuff to do, and I wouldn't have even cared.
Charges against Mara Wallen were to be laid out in Pulaski District Court today, but her case was continued until Monday, when both she and her boyfriend will both appear in court. Mara Wallen has since made bond, but her sister believes she needs to be taught a hard lesson.
Those children are her life. They should be her life. And I'm sorry, but kids come before some Sudafed for a man.
Wallen says she doesn't know if her sister really was planning on making meth, but she says just leaving the kids alone is bad enough.
I don't want her to see maximum jail time. I want her to get help.
The children remain in protective custody, but Wallen can see them in supervised visits. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT 27 News First.
Wallen and Corrigal are due in court next Monday. If charges are not introduced at that time, the case will then be forwarded to a grand jury.
You may recall on the day that he was hired, Coach Calipari told fans he would buy a house near campus, and now it appears he's making good on that promise. The owners of a large home on Richmond Road, just outside of downtown, say Coach Cal has signed a contract to buy. It's not far from two places he'll be spending a lot of time at, Rupp Arena and Memorial Coliseum in the Joe Kraft Center. Andy Cunningham joins us now with reaction from the neighbors.
Well, here it is behind me, the new home to Coach Calipari and his family right on Richmond Road near Shinaway in the exclusive Ashland Park neighborhood. This for sale sign will soon be coming down as this home's new owners, the Caliparis, will be moving in, and those who live around here are excited about their new neighbors.
It is very exciting, and I'm very pleased to have him in the neighborhood, and I'm sure he'll enjoy it. We have a great group of people who live on Richmond Road.
Sharon Thielen lives across the street from the home, which is 2 years old and boasts almost 10,000 square feet with 7 bedrooms and 8 baths and plenty of extras. The coach also bought the empty lot right next to the home, where we're told he will place a swimming pool and tennis courts, perfect for entertaining his players and newest neighbors.
I'm glad he's in Lexington and didn't choose to live in another community, because I think that's important for the UK basketball coach to live in Lexington.
Now, there was some action out here earlier, but at this point, there have been no sightings of Coach Cal or any of his family members. In Lexington, Andy Cunningham, WKYT 27 News First.
And in case you were wondering, Coach Billy Gillespie paid $1.4 million for his Jessamine County home when he came to Kentucky.
Wearing the wrong shoes may have caused a crash this morning for a Central Kentucky woman. She couldn't stop and slammed into the new nail store in Nicholasville just before 10. Police say what she was wearing on her feet could be to blame.
And she had a slipper on that got caught between the gas pedal and her foot, which kept the accelerator applied. She was unable to stop the vehicle, went over the curb, and then went inside of the business itself when it finally came to rest.
There was no one in the store and the driver wasn't hurt. The building received only minor structural damage. In fact, the businesses next door stayed open for the rest of the day.
Police are looking for a pair of jail escapees considered armed and dangerous, and they think they could be in Kentucky. Donnie Ray Brown and Timothy Wayne Fletcher broke out of a Florida jail early yesterday morning. Police say they may have killed a relative and stole her car not long after the escape. That car was found this morning in Monroe County, Kentucky. Police say Brown and Fletcher stole another car there and are still on the run. Meantime, police have tracked down a pair of Pennsylvania fugitives in southern Kentucky. Police say Don Schrock and Christopher Schupman locked a mentally challenged relative in a closet without food and abused him. Police in Pulaski County arrested the pair last night. The family member says there's no way the allegations are true.
Because I've known Chris since he was a little kid, and I know he would not tolerate something like that. And he's been around my kids, he's been around his own kids, my brother's kids, and he doesn't have that in him to allow something like that. He's got a mentally challenged brother himself.
And there are also allegations that the couple neglected Schrock's infant. Both suspects declined our request for an interview.
Police say he targeted the same pharmacy twice in 2 weeks, breaking in to steal prescription drugs. Georgetown police arrested 23-year-old Jeremy Alcorn last night and credit an anonymous tip for helping track him down. Miranda Combs is live with the latest. Miranda?
Amber, Georgetown police have Tip a Cop, which is an online way to leave a tip without leaving your name. And police say that's how they got thousands of dollars worth of drugs off the streets. This is what police say $20,720 worth of Oxycontin looks like. This is the man police say was carrying all of it, 23-year-old Jeremy Alcorn.
We feel really good about the fact that all these pills didn't hit the streets.
The investigation started here at the J&L Pharmacy. Police say Alcorn is the one breaking into the pharmacy on April 6th and again on the 13th, each time throwing a rock through the glass to get in.
Knew what he was after, went straight for the Oxycontin, and was out of the building within seconds.
It would be just days later that an online tip would point police to Alcorn. They caught up with him here at the Walmart parking lot, right in the middle of what police say was a drug transaction. Police say he confessed not only to selling drugs, but to being the man in this surveillance video stealing the drugs. Alcorn is now charged with 5 felony counts, including burglary and trafficking a controlled substance. Live in Georgetown, Miranda Combs, WKYT 27 News First.
The 2 people who were caught trying to buy Oxycontin from Alcorn in the Walmart parking lot were not charged because of their cooperation in the case.
Now, 27 First Alert weather.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. Shaping up to be a nice evening in store for us, and the weather looks to cooperate heading into the upcoming weekend. Temperature-wise as well. Check out your live First Alert HD radar. Here across central and eastern Kentucky, we are doing well. Here across all of the Commonwealth, clean conditions, dry conditions. We dealt with some clouds earlier this morning. Those quickly exited the region. You'll notice almost east to west here. We kind of eroded those clouds, allowed for the sunshine to return. Clouds still existing into western Kentucky where temperatures are being held in check there. Otherwise, across the bluegrass eastward, we're starting to warm on up. 60 here in Lexington, 63 over in Jackson. A great night for some baseball. Legends game, of course, temperatures will be falling very, very quickly after the sun goes down into the low 50s and even mid-40s after midnight. I think we're going to really bring them up, though, today. Friday and Saturday, those 70s are back in the forecast. Rain follows, though, the second half of the weekend. We'll talk about your full forecast coming up here in just a little bit.
A Franklin County jury has acquitted a man accused of breaking into an elderly woman's home and assaulting her.
Police say they found Billy Dwayne Williams' fingerprints on pieces of glass outside the home of 88-year-old Elizabeth Edens after a burglary in July. The State Journal reports that the jury refused to convict Williams after 2.5 hours of deliberation. Edens died a few days after the attack in her home, but an autopsy showed it had nothing to do with those injuries. A Central Kentucky mother accused of killing her young daughter appeared in court this afternoon. Jessalyn Robinson stands charged with wanton murder in Clark County. She was not charged until several months after the death of 4-year-old Faith. Robinson initially said the girl slipped and fell in a bathtub, but an autopsy showed her injuries were consistent with violent shaking.
If you're watching us right now, it means you were prepared for the switch to DTV. At 1 this afternoon, we turned off our analog transmitter here at WKYT, and we are now broadcasting with an all-digital signal. We've had a phone bank set up all afternoon to answer any questions that you may still have about DTV. If you have a question or you need some more information, you can call this number, 1-800-500-1513. Again, that number is 1-800-500-1513.
This looks a little bit like a road sign, but it serves a very different purpose. Ahead on News First at 6, there it is. We'll tell you about the newest piece of public art to grace downtown Lexington.
And a little later, he's one of the best-known names in professional sports. Ahead in sports, details on John Madden's decision to call it quits.
Where your news comes first. Sam Dick, Amber Philpott, Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck, and Rob Bromley Sports. This is 27 News First at 6.
You're watching the Pennyrile Channel. What is it? Well, you've asked for more information. Items from Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Trigg County, Todd County, and others. Well, now you have it. The Pennyrile Channel concentrates on the area you live in. Now, if things happen outside the Pennyrile, of course, we'll talk about them. But our first mission is to serve you, the people of the Pennyrile. Welcome to the Pennyrile Channel. Let us know what you think or give us comments or suggestions at comments@pennyrilechannel.com.
A jury has reached a verdict in the trial against a former University of the Cumberland student charged with having child pornography.
That jury found Sunkook Kim guilty. It was the only charge he was fighting. He had already pled guilty to 24 other charges against him. Police say Kim accessed sexually explicit pictures of a female student at the University of the Cumberlands after she failed to log off her computer in a public lab. He'll be sentenced in August.
You've heard of jaywalking, but how about jackwalking? Well, it's making a splash in downtown Lexington today. Mayor Newberry was on hand for the unveiling of a new piece of public art. The work was made by internationally renowned artist Julian Opie. It is located outside the Lex, a new apartment complex on South Broadway.
That, I think, is one of the remarkable and wonderful things about public art. It is something by its presence alone that can heighten our awareness. It can give us something to talk about. It can question some of our assumptions, and it can transform our landscapes.
Well, it certainly is interesting. Jackwalking stands 6 feet tall and uses computer images and LED lights.
Now, 27 First Alert weather.
Well, everybody's going to do a lot of walking here the next couple of days. Great weather will accompany us over the next Friday, Saturday, sunshine and warmer temperatures. Check out your live First Alert HD radar. Here at this hour, central and eastern Kentucky coming in quite dry. We dealt with early morning clouds. Those kind of eroded throughout the afternoon. Of course, clouds not amounting to anything across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, even out to our west into western Kentucky. Mid and high-level clouds sitting there, but dry across the Ohio and Tennessee Valley. We're going to keep it that way through the upcoming weekend. At least the first half of it, we'll say. Through Saturday, we'll return storms, rain to the forecast by Sunday. Temperatures, though, are climbing here. Just in the last couple of hours, we're still going up. 60 here in Lexington, 63 at the Capitol, 64 here down in Somerset, Ashland. Our warm spot coming in around 65 degrees, so a little bit of sunshine goes a long way. It gets even warmer down just across parts of the Twin States, down south a little bit further. All of that warm air going to be spreading northward into the day tomorrow. We're going to begin this warming trend through the first part of the weekend. So yes, we're sitting at our high temperature for today, 60 degrees, right on target with our early morning low, 44, so still a touch on the chilly side when you wake up. Early tomorrow morning, same story, low 40s for your Friday morning commute, but by the afternoon, it should look quite nice. For the rest of this evening, though, those clouds continue to move on out, continue to erode, cooling off. Temperatures will be falling quickly after sunset because we don't have those clouds to trap the heat in. So mid-40s or so by the midnight hour, low 40s by the time you wake up early tomorrow morning. Nonetheless, you'll need a light jacket or light sweater as you head out this evening, especially if you're sitting at the Legends game. First pitch at 7:05. Temperatures into the mid and upper 50s here, but we are dealing with a bit of a breeze out of the east at about 10 miles an hour, so that will cut through you a little bit if you're sitting high up, that's for sure. Here's what's going on the surface. High pressure being the main weather feature to keep things dry, to bring the sunshine out. We're getting that easterly flow right now. You'll notice into western Kentucky, moisture increasing out in this general region out ahead of our next weather system. It's going to continue to do so, but boy, I tell you, it's going to be warm out ahead of this next system. We're talking 70s, reaching all the way up to the Canadian border here. So low and mid-70s in store for us before the cooler temperatures arrive once again into the first part of the work week. So low 70s tomorrow, same story as Saturday. We'll start to bring back the moisture in the form of clouds late Saturday night. I do believe the rain is going to hold off until early Sunday morning. This actual system should be getting through here by Sunday night. May deal with a couple thunderstorms here or there, renegade storms. Clouds will be hanging around Monday and Tuesday with that light mist there. That will help keep temperatures into the low 50s, but we bounce right back by next Thursday. So a good looking forecast. To me, even with these warm temperatures at night, it tends to be a little bit on the chilly side, especially this evening, so you'll want a light sweater. But for the next couple of days, we're looking good.
So get out and enjoy, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Lauren.
Coach John Calipari about to lend a helping hand to a couple of former Kentucky Cats.
Plus, Coach Cal talking about Daniel Orton and what he could mean to this team next season. Brandon's in next with sports.
And here's a reminder, once again, if you have any questions about WKYT switch to all digital, we have people standing by, sitting by, to take your calls at 1-800-500-1513.
You don't want to miss the Rivers Inspires Festival on April 16th, 17th, and 18th. This free annual event will be held in historic downtown Clarksville. There will be 5 stages of entertainment, including John Michael Montgomery on Saturday, April 18th. Bring the entire family and enjoy the Kids Zone, arts and crafts, jazz and wine, quilts of the Cumberland, and much, much more. Visit riversinspires.com for more details.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. In fact, you might actually be able to pay just pennies on the dollar. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you. And that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe. Many are former IRS agents who have inside knowledge that you can't get elsewhere. And that can make all the difference in the world.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
The threatening letter stopped immediately.
I got great advice, and they did all the work.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you owe it to yourself and your family to call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
For a free tax analysis, call 800-654-9459. There is no obligation. Call 800-654-9459.
Newswatch Hopkinsville is coming up. A local transportation project received some federal funding today. Plus, we'll introduce you to a man definitely going long distance next week. Carl will be in with sports, and I'll have your weather. It's all coming up on Newswatch Hopkinsville.
Come check out your Hopkinsville Family YMCA. We have everything you and your family need to get in shape and stay in shape, and it's in a family-friendly environment. Treadmills, ellipticals, free weights, indoor walking track, aerobics, indoor cycling, basketball, volleyball, 5,600 square foot outdoor pool, plus sports leagues for kids and adults. Financial assistance is available. Get active. Come check us out today. The Hopkinsville Family YMCA.
Welcome to Fort Campbell. Hopkinsville, Oak Grove, Christian County is a wonderful place to make yourself right at home. It's a quick drive to work, a great place to raise a family, and you save money with low sales tax, no tax on groceries, and no tax on new vehicles. For those retiring from the military, you will be right next door to great health care. Just turn left from Fort Campbell and make sure you check out our website, pcsfortcampbell.com, for tons of great information.
Your home for the Kentucky Wildcats. This is 27 Sports First.
In the short time since he's been in Lexington, John Calipari has begun the process of rebuilding the Wildcats basketball program, even from evaluating players to recruiting, and today saying he would add 2 familiar names to the staff. Former Wildcat greats Tony Delk and Scott Padgett will be brought on board to help jumpstart their coaching careers. Delk was a part of the 1996 national champions. Padgett played on the 98 title team.
I want to bring in Scott Padgett and Tony Delk, and I want to bring in both guys
And what I'm basically doing is helping them get started with their careers. And I've done this many times. What happens with guys like that, and again, they're in positions of assistant weight strength coach or assistant equipment manager. Basically, what they're doing is they're getting a start like I did.
Well, Calipari says he has talked with big man Daniel Orton, who signed a letter of intent when Billy Gillespie was still coach. Calipari says Orton can run the floor and has good hands. Coach Cal says he'd love to coach him here at UK.
You want skilled big men, and that's what he is. He's not a lumbering, just throw me the ball to the post big man. You want big men with good hands, who can make jump shots, who can run the floor. Well, he does all that. So if he comes here, he'll be off the charts.
Well, the Lexington Legends started the season 4-0, but since their home opener Monday night, the Astros single-A squad has lost 2 straight. Tom Lawless and company will try to change all that tonight when they wrap up their series with the Intimidators of Kannapolis at Applebee's Park. What's been surprising about the past 2 games is the Legends have been shut out in their 2 losses. First pitch is set for 7:05. Well, the Kentucky chapter of the NFL Players Association releasing their annual list of homegrown talent headed to the Kentucky Pro Football Hall of Fame. The class of 2009 includes former Boone County star and Mr. Football Shaun Alexander, who was the NFL's MVP in 2006 with the Seahawks, former Wildcat Joe Fetterspiel, who played for the Saints and the Colts, former EKU great John Jackson, who played 14 seasons in the NFL for the Steelers, Bengals, and Chargers, former Louisville safety Sam Madison, who won a Super Bowl ring with the Giants in 2007, and the great Jim Marshall, who played for the Vikings for 19 years. Marshall was born in Danville. And for 3 decades, he's been a fixture in the world of the NFL, but this morning, John Madden announced he was retiring from the broadcast booth. Since coaching the Raiders to a Super Bowl championship, he's called games for CBS, ABC, and NBC. His Madden NFL Football is the biggest selling video game of all time, a 2006 inductee into the NFL Hall of Fame. John Madden is 73 years old. Well, $100,000 on the line this afternoon in the Grade 3 feature out at Keeneland. A total of 9 3-year-old fillies going a mile on turf in the Appalachian Stakes. Kurt Becker brings them home.
Abbott Hall toward the inside. Fast Tigress is 5th on the outside. Hot Cha-Cha, Afternoon Stroll contesting the lead. Hot Cha-Cha, Afternoon Stroll, then Fast Tigress. Hot Cha-Cha, Afternoon Stroll. Head-bobbing photo for the win in the Appalachian.
So it's Afternoon Stroll winning the photo finish, paying, get this, a whopping $102.60. The filly was a 30-to-1 favorite. And some late-breaking news right now. Boston Celtics say general manager Danny Ainge was hospitalized after a minor heart attack. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
You don't want to miss the Rivers and Spires Festival on April 16th, 17th, and 18th. This free annual event will be held in historic downtown Clarksville. There will be 5 stages of entertainment, including John Michael Montgomery on Saturday, April 18th. Bring the entire family and enjoy the Kids Zone, arts and crafts, jazz and wine, quilts of the Cumberland, and much, much more. Visit riversinspires.com for more details.
This commercial changed my life.
It all started when I used this free research service.
A computer and a desire to succeed is all you need.
With all the money I made, I bought a new home and a new car.
My goal for next month, $60,000.
Use your computer to make more.
I love the freedom my home business offers. And the money just keeps getting better.
Not working from home? Then you're missing out on your share of a billion-dollar industry. Visit this website now.
I make over $9,000 a month working part-time.
I make over $5,000 a month. Never thought I'd make this much right out of school.
All you need is to visit this website.
They showed me how to use the power of television to build real wealth.
I'm making over $12,000 a month.
Check it out yourself. You'll see why I love working from home.
Ready for more wealth? Put your computer to work now. Start making more from your home by going to this website today.
Log on to 36homewealth.com now.
Are you thinking it's the wrong time to buy a new car? Think again. Garland Nissan says there's millions of dollars available for financing. And right now, with these deals, it's definitely the right time to buy the roomy and fuel-efficient 09 Nissan Versa. With automatic, air conditioning, and power door locks, it's just $99.99. The 09 Nissan Rogue S is just $199 per month lease. Hurry into Garland Nissan to get your pick of these great deals. Garland Nissan, 2507 Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville.
We use a uniform company because we feel that it puts out a good image to our customers. UniFirst stands out to us because of their attention to detail. I rate the quality of UniFirst to be an excellent uniform company. UniFirst is one of the best uniform companies that I've dealt with in my past history with McGee Pest Control.
Hi, I'm Les Clendenin with UniFirst in Clarksville. Give me a call at 931-645-8323.
You're watching the Penny Ryle Channel.
Well, Lauren's here. She said it earlier. She likes to be the bearer of good news, and for once, we can talk about a couple of days of great weather, right?
Finally, yes. Sunshine, 70s. So if you're a fan of that kind of forecast, I definitely have it for you. Sunshine tomorrow and Saturday. Temperatures will really warm nicely. We're getting a little bit of a trend here. Of course, it comes to an incente as we work in rain and thunderstorms. The clouds are going to stick around behind this next system for a couple of days instead of kind of getting on out of here quickly. So those clouds are going to keep temperatures into the low 50s Monday and Tuesday. We rebound nicely Wednesday and Thursday, but definitely the next couple of days, which everyone likes to extend the weekend as long as possible. Let's start tonight, because tonight looks great, and tomorrow and Saturday look fantastic as well.
I like 3-day weekends.
I do too. I think we should start a new trend. Starts on Thursday.
Reminder, we have some experts in our studio next door taking your phone calls if you have any trouble with our new digital signal.
We'll see you back here at 11. Good night.
Video from a story that aired on WKYT. Just go to WKYTarchives.com to download the clip.